This is a video on how to complete the radicals packet. So you have the radical water here in its three forms. So first, while you're watching the video, you can either print this out and fill it out, or you can do it on a piece of paper. So I would write 1, because that's the first radical, and then in the meaning box, or on your paper, I would write that it means water. Then, where it says copy the radical, here, you can copy different forms of the radical. Be sure to follow the stroke order that's shown in the video. So you start at the top and come down with a hook, then the backwards K, then the forwards K. And do that and fill all the boxes. If you're doing it on a piece of paper, then you need to make 8 copies. Okay? And if you want to do the third alternate form, that's fine too, where you come down and then make the open K. Then for the next part, it wants you to circle all the waters. Now it has to be perfect. So yes, there's a water here. That's a water. That's a water. It won't appear in all of them though. So here's a water, but those 2 dots, that's not water, that's ice. There's water here, there's water here, there's a water here, but this one doesn't have a water anywhere, so I leave it empty. If you're using a highlighter, you can use a highlighter instead. For the next part, based on the meaning of the water radical, choose an appropriate meaning for the following characters below. So each of these characters has water in it, so its meaning should have a relationship to water. So this character has water. Does it mean mountain, river, or sun? Well, river is the only one related to water, so I'll put B. Same for 2, steam, smoke, or plastic. Well, steam is the only one that comes from water, so I'll put A, and so on. Finally, in this part, I don't really care if you do this part because it just wants you to write those again. It's good practice, so there you can write the water again if you want to, but it's not necessary. Now be careful. Here in this radical, the grass radical, for part 5, it asks you based on the meaning of the radicals. So for number 1, vegetable, you're looking for the grass radical. For celery, you're looking for the grass radical because celery and vegetable are both plants. But for swim, you're not looking for the grass radical. You're looking for the water radical because swim has to do with water, not grass. Be careful for number 3, the mouth radical. When you're looking to circle parts of the mouth radical, this is not a mouth radical. This is not a mouth radical. It has to be a free-floating, all alone, with nothing inside it box before it's a mouth. This is also not a mouth radical. It can't have anything written in it. It has to look free-floating just like that. If anything asks you based on the sounds, skip it. We aren't learning how to pronounce these radicals. It's useful later in Chinese, but it's actually easier to learn the sounds later, so we're not doing that right now. So skip anything that asks you to do it based on the sounds.